Welcome to the Talking Book Voices, the podcast. Get ready to embark on the adventure with us as we dive into and celebrate the magic of the Texas Talking Book program. Let's raise our voices together and make the world of literature accessible for all. The Texas Talking Book program is a division of the State Library and Archives Commission and serves as a regional library for the National Library Service for the Blind and Print Disabled, a division of the Library of Congress. The Talking Book program provides specialized library services to individuals who have a qualifying visual, physical, or reading disability, such as dyslexia. In each episode of the Talking Book Voices, we'll delve into the heart of the program, uncovering its history, sharing inspiring stories, and exploring the vast collection of materials it has to offer. We'll bring you the latest updates, interviews with program experts and patrons, and useful tips to make the most of this invaluable program for Texans and beyond. So whether you're an avid reader, someone who with a print disability seeking accessible materials, or just curious to learn about this great program, this podcast is made for you. Don't forget to visit us at www.texastalkingbooks.org for more information. So let's begin the Texas Talking Book Voices, a podcast by the Texas State Library and Archives Commission.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jemima, and I'm an engagement specialist for the Talking Book program. Today, we're speaking to one of our amazing patrons, Mary Kendrick. How are you doing today, Mary?
Doing fine, and I'm excited to talk about blind crafters.
Amazing. Yeah, this year's summer reading theme is Color Our World, which focuses on art of all types for people of all abilities. So, as Mary said, she's a member of NFB Blind Crafters, and today we're going to learn a bit more about her experience with the art of crafting. So, first, we'll talk a little bit about your experience with the Talking Book program. So, how long have you been a patron of the Talking Book program, and do you remember when you first heard about it?
Ah, well, actually, I first heard about it in 1987 when I was living in Little Rock.
Okay.
Then later, I moved back to Texas and became a patron of TSL.
Well, yeah, you've definitely been a patron for a while then. That's
Yes,
awesome.
I love it.
So, over the past several years, what's been your favorite experience as a TBP patron, or maybe your favorite thing about being a TBP patron?
Just being able to get all the awesome books. Because for so many years, I lived in a world where I had no access to reading at all. So, it was great when I found out about TSL. Um,
Gotcha.
and yeah, so I just love it, and I love being able to call and talk with someone in person when I'm having a problem with bored or I want a particular book.
Mhm.
Yes. So,
Do you have any favorite types of books? Any favorite genres?
I like historical books, both fiction and nonfiction. Okay, historical romance, but you learn so much history from a lot of those. Yeah,
That's true. That's definitely true.
and I
Yeah.
can visualize uh, the scene, so I love it. Yes,
Yeah, they have some really good descriptions of settings and
they
stuff in the
do.
historical fiction, so I
Yes,
totally understand that.
yes.
All right, so for those who may not know, can you explain what NFB Blind Crafters is?
It is a group of people, of course, who are blind or somewhat visually impaired.
Mhm.
Um, and uh, we meet on quite a bit, 7 days a week almost,
Oh, okay.
for their classes going on. But we're all interested in crafting, and there's such a variety of crafts that we
Oh,
discuss and that are taught. And it's it's just a wonderful way to have friendships with people, who are, um, in the same situation and who have a like interest. And
Yeah.
so the original, crafting group was called Crafters Corner,
Mhm.
and it was, Crafters and Corner were both spelt with a K. That was in honor of George Kane, who was the founder of the original group.
Mm.
So this began in 2008, and I was fortunate enough to be at that meeting, and they had a craft sale. So, oh yeah, I love that. Um, they also taught a couple of little projects.
Oh,
So, the group has grown to, we have right now 60 registered members, and
okay.
they are from all over the world.
Oh, wow.
New Zealand, England, several from Canada. There
Oh,
is a
okay.
lady who occasionally joins us from Mexico. So yeah,
I didn't
so
know that. Yeah, I didn't know that y'all had. I didn't think about that y'all had members all over the world in different countries and stuff. That's really cool to know.
yeah, because we meet via conference calls, that makes it, available to people around the world.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that's
sometimes
awesome.
yeah, sometimes the time that the classes are going on may not be so great for some people, but
Have to adjust to the time zone difference. Yeah.
correct. Yeah. So
So, were you always interested in the arts and crafting?
I like to try things, but I never really got involved a lot.
Okay.
Uh, when I still had sight, I tried a few things and then I had to give them up. And so it wasn't until I learned about Crafter's Corner that I started again. And even though I learned about it in 2008, I was going to school full time and plus had a full time job and was president of an NFB chapter. So my crafting time, if I had any, it was really to listen. Uh,
Gotcha.
yeah. But then in 2019, I was able to join the group on a full time basis.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I have been hooked on it ever since. Yeah.
So you kind of answered this a little bit of how you first got involved. I guess it was because maybe you already were participating because you were the head of a chapter and maybe you heard about it that way and then eventually decided to pursue it.
Yes, when I well, and when I went to the national convention in Dallas in 2008, uh, I was able to meet people in person.
Mhm.
And as I said, they taught a class. They taught a class on how to make paper bags, both from paper and from fabric.
Okay.
And they had a couple of other classes. So I thought this is very interesting and it somehow I can do something again. So yeah. But as I said, I had to, that was gonna be just a sometimes occasion that I could even be on the phone with them.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah. But the
So
group has definitely grown. We're constantly getting new members.
yeah, I mean, it sounds like y'all have a great amount of reach, especially with, the you said like about around 60 members and all over the world. Yeah.
Right. And today we are no longer known as Crafters Corner.
Gotcha.
We are Blind Crafters NFB,
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
but there's
So,
a couple of other groups that I participate in also,
oh, okay.
and it's all within this same group of ladies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, what kinds of, I know you mentioned there were a variety of classes. So, what kinds of classes are offered, and have you taught any classes yet?
Well, first I'll just give you a list of some classes that are offered.
Okay.
There's loom knitting, which I love. There's needle knitting, crocheting, quilting, origami,
Mm.
macrame, soap making.
Oh,
Gosh, the
wow.
list just goes on and on. Um, and there will be a new class being taught on weaving.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
so I purchased a little loom and I'm ready to begin that class. I'm looking forward to it because this is something I have wanted to do forever.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah, those sound really interesting, especially the loom, and then the soap making. I know for me personally, I've always wanted to get into soap making, but I've never really gotten around to it yet.
uh, it's fun. I do the simplified version, meaning I buy the soap itself already made up, and it comes in big block. You cut it down, and then you melt it in your microwave, and you put in your color and the scent you want. Then you pour it
Oh,
into a
okay.
mold. And so, yes, my granddaughter and I made up quite a few of these for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So that was fun. And you get to then have a nice little handmade gift to share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
It,
Have you had the chance to teach any classes yet?
I taught a class on making scented homemenders using applesauce, uh, cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, um, a couple of other spices. And you mix all this up like you were making cookie dough, which is how it comes out to be. Then you
Mm.
roll it out, cut it up, and cut it out with cookie molds, uh, let it dry, and you have a nice ornament. It
Oh.
makes nice things for hanging on trees. And yes, I have made some beaded ornaments
Mhm.
using pipe cleaner and uh, beads, but I haven't taught a class. Um, Actually, I haven't. That's the only class that I've actually taught. I taught uh, how to make a chicken dish uh, one day.
Oh,
So
okay.
we have cooking classes.
Oh, that's nice. I
Yeah,
have a couple different things too.
yeah. So, and we share recipes. But, uh, there are some who teach a lot of the cooking classes, uh, and they're always fun, and you get to make a new dish.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
so yeah,
that sounds like a lot of fun.
right. And each week, uh, on our eh, uh, blind craft in the blind crafters group, or the caring, it's called caring and sharing, another group. Uh, we share recipes. Each week there will be a theme given to us by Shelley Shewitt, who is the leader of this group.
Oh,
She
okay.
puts out a theme, and so we all can send in recipes for that. So I have been collecting recipes. I started in 2007 when I learned about the Braille monitor. I started downloading all the recipes. So over the years, I have quite a nice cookbook from all the different blind groups.
Well, that's cool. Kinda get to
Yeah.
explore your creativity with crafting and a little bit with cooking too. So,
Yes, yes, yes.
what has been the craft that you're proudest of so far?
I guess I do the loom knitting, and what I have focused on is making hats, and I have one here. Uh, oh, and I have a Christmas ornament also that I made on the loom. But here is a hat, and you, you can see it.
Oh, yeah, I can see it. That's really nice. Kinda like a
Okay,
little Santa hat.
it is. Yeah. So you make that on a loom, and that's all one stitch. So
Oh,
you
wow.
learn that that's the beginning stitch that you learn. And so this hat is all that one stitch. So uh it's easy. So beginners can learn and make something pretty quickly.
Okay.
While I'm listening to one of my books, I can sit there and be doing the knitting. Other people do hand knitting or crocheting, you
Mhm.
know. So yeah, almost everybody, while they're listening to books, they're doing some kind of project, or people take projects to work on in the car, on airplanes, at meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's a nice way to kinda keep your hands busy, but you're also getting something done and making something at the same time.
right, right. So,
Gotcha.
and with the limb knitting, I really mostly, if I'm doing this simple stitch, I don't have to really pay attention so much. I don't have to give
Mhm.
it a lot of thought, so I can listen to the book and keep on doing this.
Yeah.
But
So is there a craft that you're interested in trying that you haven't tried yet?
well, yes, I want to do this weaving on a flat loom.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lady who does it, and so she gave us the kit that we needed to, we could all order and be start on the same kit.
Mhm.
And so we'll be doing that next week.
Oh,
And
cool.
this is, as I said, I wanted to do weaving forever. That's really, other than sewing, the first craft I really wanted to get into. So,
Nice. Well, yeah, I'm glad you're getting the opportunity to try it now.
yeah, right. But, and I want to tell you about a special event that um, we hold. It's a new idea. So, uh,
Mhm.
we've only had 2 of these events so far. No, 3. But it's called, a marathon, so we have a theme. So last week it was making flowers. So we
Mhm.
had classes on, loom knitting a flower, needle knitting, and crocheting flowers. Also using, your Braille writer to, braille out pictures of flowers.
Oh, okay.
Um, so there was just, mm, think there might have been 6 different projects. So it starts about 1 o'clock, and I think the last class the other day ended at 8. I did not get to attend this because I was at a graduation party.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Well, yeah, that
so,
sounds
but yeah, I love it. And oh, nice thing about this group, any of these groups, whether it be with NFB or the American Council, for the blind. It's all free. So all the
That's definitely helpful. Yeah.
it definitely is. Yeah.
Because people
Yeah.
always will wonder, like, how much is it gonna cost to join? It's like, well, it's free.
Right. All it costs is your materials.
Yes, ma'am.
And yeah, like most of the things, once you buy the equipment, you know, that's the big cost. Some for some projects, and others it's very minimal. But once you buy your equipment, then you just need to keep uh, purchasing yarn or the soap making supplies, whatever it is.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's great.
yeah.
So is there a specific craft that you would recommend for beginners?
The loom knitting
Okay.
is easy. Yes,
Gotcha. Okay.
it's really easy, and this weaving class that's coming up. Uh, I think will be pretty easy once you understand the concepts of how you wrap your threads on the loom to start with, and then how you use the shuttle to make your warp. Uh,
Okay.
or I guess the weave is the one that you go in and out. Yeah. So I think that's going to be mm, pretty easy to learn. Several things are easy. I started trying to learn the needle knitting, but I'm not that coordinated. I'll be
Oh.
honest.
No, I
But
understand.
and the crocheting is like just it's you know I don't think that's going to be something for me, even though everybody talks about it like, oh no, it's quite easy, and I know if you've learned it, it is. But yeah,
It depends. It's different
it,
things for different folks. Sometimes
it
it can be a little
is.
bit
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
I've watched people do it before, and I've been like, wow, that looks very intricate to me.
It is. It is. Yeah. So, but I've listened in books and seen on movies when I could see. Uh, in the old movies, like the pioneers going out west, these women are walking along, talking, and they're knitting, and I'm thinking,
Ah.
how in the world do you do that? You know, Uh,
And it'll be one of
but
those things where you'd be like, oh, hold on, give me a second and I'll get back to the conversation. I gotta finish this.
yeah, but it's a lot of it, I guess, is muscle memory.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I'm guessing so.
yeah,
So what
but
has been the best thing about your experiences crafting, your experiences being in the NFB blind crafter so far?
or and being honestly, the friendships, because we can talk about so many different things, and it's just wonderful to get to meet so many different women. Yes, there are some men in the group. There is one very dedicated me- male member, uh, and but that's it. I love visiting with everybody and learning from them.
Hmm.
But I know that one thing that I really like is that people make things to put into the children's Christmas boxes that go out around the world.
Mm.
Um, and so uh, I have not really participated in that because through my church, I work on that, but I haven't
Mm-hmm.
made anything to put in one. But they make plastic canvas objects. One lady makes little teddy bears.
Oh, that's nice.
They make scarves and mittens. But one thing I personally enjoy doing is uh, doing the hats, and I make
Mm.
hats to put in every year for I'm trying to think what it's called. The homeless shelters.
Gotcha.
Yeah, or some go to Children's Protective Services. And so that is my main craft that I make to share.
Okay. Kind of create some nice things, especially for winter time and stuff like that to kind of give back and donate to folks so
Oh,
they can have.
right, right.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and once a month in our group, we have it's called Caring and Sharing. Uh, we There is one organization that is chosen, and whatever is being worked on for that month um, goes to that organization. Right now, they are making pillows and catnip toys uh,
Oh.
to send to the animal shelters.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so a lot of people really like doing that, but we make things that go to people who are going through chemotherapy, also for preemie babies, or for those parents who have lost a baby.
Mm.
Um, so some people make blankets, small blankets, or little hats and booties that will fit either a preemie or a newborn baby.
Oh, okay.
So, it's a lot about trying to give back while we're making things for ourselves and our families, or in some cases to sell, because several of the ladies do sell
Mhm.
their projects. And so there's some profit there for them. Um, but there's one group called uh, Mailbox. No, Malik's Closet. It's the foundation in Dallas, and the founder collects uh, clothing and blankets and so forth
Mhm.
for children who are in need. So
Okay.
there's several people that uh, make something for that.
Gotcha. So it
Yeah.
sounds like there are a lot of great opportunities to give back and make connections with people. So for anyone who might be listening who's interested, how can they get involved in the group?
Okay. They can go to Blind Crafters at nfb.org.
Okay.
They can go to Crafting from Their Heart. Then there's ACB Crafters.
Those are good resources for folks to connect and find out more information. So the last thing I wanted to ask you is there anything else that we haven't discussed that you would like to tell our listeners about crafting or about the Talking Book program?
Gosh, there are several other crafts that I haven't even touched upon. Uh, but I do if anybody is interested in learning, even if you've never done a craft before, I bet we can find something for you. And as I said, it's a great way to meet other people. And if we all share ideas, and if someone's struggling with a project, uh, one of the teachers or someone will jump in and help that person. And very often the teachers will go off list and either do an email with that person to teach them privately or teach them via the telephone, separate from the regular class. So the teachers and everyone is very helpful.
Yeah. Well, thanks again, Mary. It's been great chatting with you and learning more about NFB blind crafters and your creative projects. And thank you
But
to all our listeners for joining us this episode. If you have any questions about summer reading or the Talking Book program in general, you can give us a call at 1-800-252-9605 or visit our website at texastalkingbooks.org. Don't forget to tune in next month for another edition of Talking Book Voices. See you next time.